listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Sing Your Face Off After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Sing Your Face Off After Show.
Woo! Hello, everybody. You are watching and listening to AfterBuzz TV's Sing Your Face Off After Show. I'm Jason Ikeler.
Hi, guys. I'm Heather Joy Smith.
So, brand new show. We got 2 episodes on the first night. What are your initial thoughts?
It was very interesting. It's an interesting concept, first of all. I mean, you have celebrities impersonating other celebrities. So that's interesting.
And I feel like ABC has been fighting and fighting and fighting to have a hit singing show. I don't know if this is it. However, I was very entertained.
Yes, it was entertaining.
So the judges panel, let's talk about that first.
Okay.
Daryl Hammond and Debbie Gibson. And then the third spot is going to be a guest every episode. So the first week we had David Allen Greer. And I actually didn't think he had that many interesting things to say. I really like Debbie Allen, though.
Debbie Gibson.
So far, I'm on a roll.
I love Debbie Gibson. She was my favorite when I was like 6. So that was amazing to see her. You're right. David Allen Greer didn't really have too much to say. And everything he did say, I felt like wasn't that positive.
Yeah. And I don't really know when I was watching it how we're supposed to be judging them. Because I love to judge these things, but is it like, are you so much like the artist, or are you your own artist? Or is it about your singing? I don't really, because it's called Sing Your Face Off.
I felt like every time somebody went up, they were judging on different criteria every time. So it wasn't something consistent. Like one time he was like, well, I was entertained, so I'm going to give you a 10. But then other times he was like, well, that was terrible, and the person could have looked just like them.
And what do you get if you win?
I don't know.
Do you get, besides bragging rights, I thought maybe since it's celebrity based, they'd be like, well, donate $20 to a charity.
Yeah, normally
something.
celebrities do the charity thing, but nothing was brought up. They weren't really clear on even the rules or how anything is going.
After 4 episodes, there's only 6 episodes. After 4, 2 people get voted home, or 1 person gets voted home.
I think 1 person, but
and then there's 2 more episodes.
4 weeks in is 4 episodes, and there's only 6 episodes.
Interesting. Very interesting. And they taped this last summer, so
yeah,
it's been a while brewing. But here we are. Let's talk about Jon Lovitz, who's the first of the celebrity performers, and he had to be transformed into Elton John and sing Benny and the Jets. How did you think old Johnny did?
I mean, besides looking like a great white big bird, he did phenomenal. I put down, he played the piano, which was really impressive because I had no idea he could play the piano.
Yeah, that was the only thing I liked about it. But I thought he was really, really good at piano. I thought it sounded when he was singing like he was mumbling the whole time. So I had no idea what he was saying.
They told him, though, to do that, like in his little rehearsal. They're like, you have to like mumble it a little bit more.
But I thought maybe he took it a little too far.
Too far. Maybe he didn't know the words.
Oh, maybe that. He was just like, and then his face looked like I was going to say a dead deer, but what's it called? A deer in headlights?
Yes.
Because he was just like the whole time. And I think his makeup was caked on a little too much, not necessarily his fault. But I would say he was my least favorite of the first night.
Yeah. I did write down, I wish he got into it more, but doing the whole singing in a British accent and playing the piano, I can kind of understand why maybe he wasn't getting into it as much as them. I mean, that's a lot to take on.
Do you think they knew when they signed up for this show what they were signing up for?
No.
Because
I had no idea.
It just seems very like, Jon Lovitz, why are you on TV dressed up like Elton John? It almost seems like it should have been like a 1-hour special.
Yeah.
But I actually like the second episode better.
Second episode,
way better than the first.
Better than the first.
Before we talk about Landry Fields, we are going to give a quick little shout out to our girl Maria Menounos, who has a new book coming out. And I think Roya, our lovely engineer, has a little something she's going to play for us.
Hey guys, Maria Menounos here, and I want to share my newest book, The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, with you. Basically, every woman always stops me and asks me how I lost 40 pounds. So I decided to put it all in one book. Everything I did to lose 40 pounds step by step, and how you can too, is in here. I did it with no time, no money, and no willpower, and now I'm going to show you how to do it too. You can pre-order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, wherever books are sold, and it's out June 3rd. So I hope you guys love it. I hope it helps you in your weight loss journey, and please, please tweet me and update me on your progress at Maria Menounos. Thanks.
Woo! Yay! I like that dramatic music in the background. So Every Girl's Guide to Fitness, and every girl and every gay and every guy needs a summer body. And this will show you how to get it. And there's recipes and fun little pictures. And I know they've been working really freaking hard on this. And it's like worth the money because it's big. And I don't really read big books, but there's lots of pictures, so it'll be good. Buy it. Okay. Well, let's talk about Landry Fields.
Yes.
Who I never heard of him before this, but I guess he's a sports player.
He's an NBA player.
NBA player, which I know you like some basketball players.
I do. Well, the NBA, you know.
Oh, it's kind of your thing.
It's kind of my thing.
So he had to become Lionel Richie in sing Dancing on the Ceiling. And I thought he's not a singer at all. I thought he actually did pretty good. He's got a lot of spirit.
He does. He has a lot of spirit. And he went out there and he gave it his best shot on dancing.
Best shot.
Literally. Which clearly he's not a dancer or a singer. So this was actually pretty good.
It reminded me of watching like the high school jock at the high school talent show.
Yes.
Like trying to do like a boy band impersonation or something. But I thought he was really funny and I was entertained, which I guess is the purpose. We don't really know the purpose, but I'm assuming this is the purpose of the show.
Exactly.
So you go, Landry Fields.
He didn't quite look like Lionel Richie, but it was close enough.
Yeah.
You got the gist of it.
I know, and that's what else I don't know. Are we supposed to blame the costume department or the artist when they don't look exactly like the artist?
I'm going to go with the costume people.
Okay. You did
They are wearing prosthetic facial features and wigs and all that kind of crazy stuff, so they could look like them.
That's true. You could have done a little better with Landry, but he did good. Let's talk about China Anne McClain, and she had to be transformed into Rihanna, and she's a Disney Channel star if you don't know, and she's got 1 million Twitter followers. She's got a big following, which I think is why the show did so well in the ratings.
Yeah.
Probably because she brought them in.
She did amazing.
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 So she had to sing Diamonds. So this is my critique with her, actually. She sounded really, really good, but she didn't sound anything like Rihanna, I didn't think, and I didn't think she looked... I mean, Rihanna is kind of cray on stage and a little bit older and a little bit sexier, and this girl's 14, so it probably would have been inappropriate. But I thought she seemed more like she was impersonating Whitney than Rihanna.
Interesting. I actually thought she did a great job. I loved how they actually took Rihanna's hair with the half-shave look and put that into her wig, because I was kind of curious how they were going to do that. Mm-hmm. And I thought that her mannerisms were pretty much dead on Rihanna when Rihanna sings.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought they were like a copy of Whitney.
Really?
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, I thought she sang really good, though.
Yeah.
She's super talented.
Very.
But that, again, I don't know how I'm supposed to judge you.
And
but you did good.
I think China Anne McClain is the only singer prior to coming on the show, too.
And she can sing really, really good. Next up is Sebastian Bach, who had to become Adam Levine, and he's saying Maroon 5 moves like Jagger. Sebastian was kind of ripping on Adam Levine before this started, and I just got to stand up for Adam and be like, hey, you wish you had the career Maroon 5 had, Sebastian Bach. Sorry, no need to bring Adam Levine down. Also, after you sang that performance, we would much rather watch Adam Levine. Oh, snap. That's right. Yeah, I didn't like that. I did like him better with short hair, but that was about it. Yeah,
I really don't have much good things to say about that.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
I mean, it was a good effort. I wrote it was a good effort, and that's what it was.
I feel like he thinks he's too cool for school. But, like, don't do a show where you have to dress up as people. It's supposed to be a fun, like lighthearted show. Have more fun with it. Don't take it so seriously.
Yeah. And I think he is having a hard time like separating Sebastian Bach from whoever he's impersonating.
Yeah.
I don't think that he really understands they're supposed to be two separate people. He's bringing too much of his rocker vibes
I think he's,
into it.
because he's still trying to be a rock star.
Yeah. And throwing the mic stand.
You're not.
Like,
It's okay. We get it.
yeah.
Next.
Okay.
Actually, next was my favorite. Lisa Rinna doing Dolly Parton 9 to 5. And I thought this was the best of the night because I felt like she actually was impersonating Dolly with the way she was moving on stage. And obviously she had the big fake boobs. But the way she did like the little vocal techniques like Dolly does, I thought she actually was very entertaining. But like I would have been like, oh, this is her playing Dolly in a movie or something.
I feel like Lisa Rinna really went into this whole show thinking I'm going to put every single ounce of me into this. I'm going to have fun with it. I love this. She did a great job. I think she really loves actually doing this.
Yeah, I mean, she loves attention, which so do I, so I can't blame her. But she did really good. So you go, Lisa. So then... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, their outfit that they did on her was really good. The
Yeah.
hair, the makeup.
The nails.
The nails, the boobs, everything. It was perfect.
Kind of weird how everybody stayed in character after the fact.
Yes.
And it made me a little uncomfortable because some of them did, and then like I don't think China did.
No.
But I guess you can't really stay in Rihanna's character. I don't know
No.
what she would do.
Yeah, it's a little weird how some of them like completely took on the character for the entire show, and the others like completely snapped out of it as soon as their little song was over.
So then the scoring on this show is very interesting because the judges' scores count, but then at the end of it, they let the contestants each give each other 3 points. Mm-hmm. Which seemed weird to me. I don't know. I didn't like it because I feel like they're just going to vote for their friends.
Yeah, I didn't write down any of the contestants' scores for the other contestants. I just wrote down the judges' scores. And after the first show, China Anne ended with 28 points on top of the leaderboard for the judges' scores. And she ultimately actually got all the contestants' scores as well. So
she did really good.
She did really good.
She's really cute. Hopefully this will be good for her career. Actually, the show was #1 rated last night. And I have a feeling it's on Saturday nights, which is like an older audience. Mm-hmm. And so I have a feeling that'll be good for them.
Yeah, especially because normally like that age bracket, it's 18 to 34.
Yeah.
Where all of her fans are under 18. So they're bringing in this whole other fan base to watch.
And I feel like the kind of people that stay in on Saturday night will enjoy this show.
True.
So there you go, ABC. Good
job.
work. So let's get into episode 2. But before we do that, we want to remind y'all to go onto iTunes. This is our first podcast for this show, so rate and subscribe. Give us 5 stars. Download it. Comment on YouTube. Heather and I will be interacting with you. And we're trying to get some cool guests in here for you guys next week. So the more comments you get, the more likely we are to get guests.
Yay.
It's like scientific. So week 2, RuPaul was the guest judge. And he is so entertaining always. And I kind of wish he would stay on the panel the whole time.
I wish he was on the show.
Uh-huh.
It would have been great because he is so entertaining and he actually gives really good feedback to all the contestants.
I feel like he would be a judge that actually has credibility because drag is obviously dressing up and that's what the show is.
Yeah, I wish he was on the panel full time.
So first up was China, and she had to transform into Tina Turner. And I thought this was like leaps and bounds better than the first week because I felt like she was actually Tina Turner. Mm-hmm. And when she was walking out, she's like, we're gonna start this off real slow. And then her dancing is so good too.
So good.
And the wig, love the wig.
Everything.
Yeah,
it was spot on.
And she sounded so great, and they were working on her to get the growl in her voice.
I think she did it.
I think she did too.
Yeah, she did really good.
And it's crazy to see, actually, it's kind of funny because she's so media trained. Like, Disney has trained her, but all of her answers and stuff are so sweet, and like, she's so surprised at everything, but she's so adorable, so it's okay.
Yeah, I like her.
So up next was Lisa Rinna, who did Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby One More Time. And all I gotta say is that pelvic thrust.
This was a disappointment for me after, the first episode.
Uh-huh.
I just really didn't like this so much.
I actually thought I found it entertaining.
It was...
In a way that it's like kind of like watching a train wreck.
That's what I was just going to say. It was entertaining as in a train wreck.
You gotta give her credit on those abs, though.
Oh, yeah.
She's got the abs.
She's got a banging body.
And she's, how do I phrase this? not afraid to jump around and put her legs all over people and all that sort of thing. She got a little friendly tonight, but I kind of liked it. She was having fun. I thought her vocal choices were iffy, but I mean, Britney Spears is so like produced in auto-tune, so you can't really sing that live anyway.
And I know that Hit Me Baby One More Time was like Britney's breakout song. It's probably one of her biggest songs. Everybody knows it. But I would have liked to have seen her do a different song other than that.
Yeah, like Toxic.
Yeah, well, something like maybe when Britney was like 23-ish. Something a little more older, because Lisa trying to portray a 17-year-old didn't quite work.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
It seemed like the mom from Mean Girls.
Oh my gosh, you're
Doesn't
right.
it?
Yes.
But I don't know. I was entertained with her, so I got to give her that. Up next was Jon Lovitz, who sang Pavarotti, and he actually has a really good voice.
It was so good.
I'm like, where was that the first week? But he sounded, I mean, not like professional level, but he can actually sing. I'm like, with some training, you could probably have an opera career, Jon Lovitz.
Yeah, and I have never seen Pavarotti sing before or know who he is prior to the show, which I probably should have known that. But
it's okay. I didn't know who the other guy was.
Okay, so I saw his picture, and they actually did a really good job with his costuming and the facial hair and all of that. I thought was really good.
And he's kind of got his like shaky vibrato down too. He sounded really good.
He sounded amazing. I thought it was really good.
I think because he's an actor, obviously, and like done a lot of sketch comedy and that sort of thing, and I think that really pays off for things like this.
Yes.
But yeah, he was definitely one of my favorites of the night.
And Debbie even brought him out roses at the end, which is kind of cute.
So funny. But then they had the glass shatter.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
I know,
that was
that's so
mean.
sad. Because
Poor
I
guy.
actually thought it was really good. They didn't need to have the glass shattering.
What did RuPaul said? You're serving Pavarotti realness tonight. Like, you go, Ru. Up next was Landry Fields, who had to be transformed into Pitbull.
This is my favorite of
And
the
he's
whole
saying,
night.
I know you want me. He has so much energy, and he was really good.
Okay, so I brought that he was so worried about all of his swag that I actually wrote that he brought out the swag factor to that performance.
Oh, shoot. You know what? I couldn't stop looking at his bulge the whole time because he was wearing those white pants, and it was like, very visible. So I really enjoyed this performance. No? You weren't looking there?
No.
Yeah, I know you were. He sang really good too.
Debbie said that he outsang Pitbull, which I'm going to agree. That was really good. I thought that he actually sounded like him a lot, and his dancing was pretty good too.
I think Pitbull's a little bit more rhythmic though.
Yeah,
that's what he's missing, and I think because he's so tall and gangly,
yes,
it comes across as awkward. And he stayed in character too long too. After he got done singing, I'm like, okay, go back to you.
Yeah.
But I did like him in the pool too. Remember in the beginning with the shirt off?
You would.
Yeah, you would too. He's some eye candy. You got to get some eye candy on the show. The final performance of the night was Sebastian Bach, and he had to sing Lady Gaga, Bad Romance. I am not liking Sebastian Bach on this show.
No.
I feel like all he did was get dressed up and then sang the song like a Sebastian Bach song. He didn't have any, like, he can't walk in heels. Don't wear heels if you're gonna just like trot in them. And then if you're gonna not sound like Lady Gaga, and he's the only other professional singer on the show, at least sing in key.
True.
You know?
But I wrote down that I actually word for word, pretty good girl voice at the very beginning, because he came out and it sounded great. Not like Lady Gaga, obviously, but he tried his best woman voice. And then halfway through, it went back to his rocker voice. So
he seemed like he was trying to prove he was masculine the whole time. Like in the way he would, like, I'm walking in heels, but I'm still a man.
Yeah, and I wish he would have just throw all that out the window. You're supposed to be Lady Gaga.
Well, and he said again, and I think he's kind of portraying himself on the show in a bad light, because he's like, I just want to make sure I still look cool and I'm a rock star. You're on a show where you dress up like people. You're no longer a rock star, and that's okay. Like, you're retired. It's all right. Have fun now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I didn't like that they ended on him.
After that, they did a little strut down the runway, which was probably my favorite part of the whole show.
That was good.
It was so funny. They had Sebastian, RuPaul,
Because RuPaul can teach you how to strut.
Oh, he worked it. And then the host, and then also Landry, which was pretty
I love
good.
Landry. Just seems like he's obviously I didn't know him before the show, but he's such a fun, likable guy, and he just
Yeah.
seems like he's having a lot of fun up there.
Yeah.
Also, I love Debbie Gibson.
Love Debbie Gibson.
She is just so much fun. That wraps up both episodes.
Yes.
Obviously, there's not a ton to talk about. But who would be your dream person to see them turn into?
Ooh. I actually would like to see China Anne as Whitney Houston.
Oh, okay.
I think that would be interesting. I think she could definitely pull it off.
I want to see Landry as Beyonce.
Oh
Wouldn't
my
that
God.
be so good?
I love that.
I feel like he would do it.
He would
and
so
do
do
it
it.
justice. And
Yes.
then maybe let's think. Maybe like Lisa as Eminem.
Ooh, that's
But
a
I
good
think
one.
she goes as Justin Bieber, doesn't she?
Yes.
I saw in one of the trailers.
That's going to be an interesting one, too.
It'll be fun though.
Yeah.
I have a friend that actually worked on the show, and she told me that it was just a very like fun show to make. Like
I'm sure they
everybody
had a
like
blast.
just had a lot of fun, and I think it almost like maybe not like the most brainstorm worthy. Is that even a thing? Great idea for a show, but it's fun to watch and they're having fun, so that's all that matters. Do you want to get into some predictions?
Sure.
Woo. No, don't really know what to predict because I don't really know what's
so
happening.
Why don't we predict who is going to get kicked off in the 4 weeks? Ooh, that's
Ooh,
fancy.
fancy. I'm going to say,
Oh.
as of now, based on both nights, Sebastian Bach will be leaving us.
Yeah, he would be mine too. And I think if he doesn't get kicked off, it's going to be Jon Lovitz or Lisa Rinna.
I think Lisa might stay just because she's fun.
That's why I don't want her to leave, because she's having so much fun with it.
But John won this week, right?
Yes.
Oh, so maybe he might be.
So he might
Is it
pull
an
it out.
accumulation? We don't really know.
We don't really know.
We'll find out, I guess, next
Yes.
week. And I wonder if they're going to announce it at the end of the 4th episode or at the start of the 5th.
Yeah.
goes home?
Interesting.
Spoiler.
And we need to find out what they win.
Yeah, or
Somebody
do they
tweet
win
us if you
anything?
win
Yeah.
something.
Well, we don't know if you win
don't know.
anything. There's not really much news and gossip for this show since they filmed it last year. So it's all kind of been out there. But we will be back in here next week, hopefully with some guests for you guys. You can find both of us on social media. In the meantime, where can they find you, Heather?
They can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Heather Joy Smith.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jason Ikeler. And you can find all of us at AfterBuzzTV.com. Until next week, we will see you then.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.